Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm gonna be talking about the 2020 graphic design trends according to graphicmama.com. So this article from Graphic Mama actually came before 2020, around 3 months before 2020. And how they decided that the 2020 graphic trends are gonna be these things is by looking at the trends from 2019, looking at what was evolving and what was going around with the graphic design trends, and which ones were prominent enough that they think they will stay throughout the year 2020. So while there's like around 13 of these trends that they are talking about, I decided to just focus on 3 of my favorite ones because I don't want it to be a half an hour long video. The first one I'm gonna be talking about is 3D depth and realism. So this 3D trend actually reached its peak in 2019. However, with the rapid evolving nature of software and everything, we believe, Graphic Mama believes, that the trend will actually go on till 2020. Since graphic design software will only just get better by the year, I believe that this thing will actually just stay and evolve throughout the year 2020. While it may have reached its peak popularity in the year 2019, I believe that in 2020 we'll be getting more of these. Like for example, we might get a mixture of 3D and 2D together, which would create some sort of depth effect. And we can see that some brands like Pepsi or Samsung, they've started using 3D models for their advertisements in like billboards and everything. The second trend I'm gonna be talking about is the typography craze. The typography craze already started in 2019, but I believe just like the 3D modeling craze, it's just gonna get bigger in 2020, and I can't argue with Graphic Mama for putting it here because I do believe that that's gonna be the case too. In 2019, 2020, we've seen a lot of like this designs starting to be repetitive, and we don't want that anymore. So what's going on with graphic designers is that they're actually exploring typefaces to make their designs more interesting. One thing that I think is gonna be prominent in the year 2020 is maxi typography, which means separating the one word into multiple lines to create a bigger space between them, to create an effect, you can say, that will play with the space of the space given. One other prominent one I believe is gonna be heavy fonts, and when it comes to typography, I've seen that the thicker the font is, the better it is. We've seen this everywhere. We've seen them in websites, newspapers, magazines, online articles, and the letters are gonna be really big. Sometimes I've seen a lot of people like play with it a lot and make it go out of the border. So for example, if you have a word like area, like the first A is gonna start at the bottom and the final A is gonna overlap the top page by like half of it, so only half of the A is gonna be there. And that's gonna be something that's really prominent that we're gonna see a lot in the year 2020, and we are almost halfway through it, and we can start seeing it everywhere too. Like for example, in the boxes of the Samsung Galaxies, the new ones, you can see like the G is actually really big. It doesn't actually fit the box itself. There's half of it missing, especially on the ones on the Galaxy Fold or the Z Flip. One other typography craze that's gonna be really prominent, I think, is gonna be drawing shapes with it. So, for example, you wanna advertise about a mouse. You're gonna write mouse, but it's gonna be in the shape of a mouse. So it's gonna be very curvy, and that's what designers usually do to play with the area, play with the space. And again, what I've been saying, I think that most of these trends are gonna be about playing with space. The last trend I'm gonna be talking about is line art. Or line art is actually really similar to simplified drawing. And I think line art is gonna be really prominent because of the craze of minimalism that developed over the past year. And I must say, I believe that this minimalistic craze is just gonna get bigger and bigger, which will lead to line art being more predominantly used everywhere.